Hello vinyl community, really excited today. So I've got the latest Bowie box, Who Can I Be Now? 74, well 1976. It's the second in the series. The first one was the 5 years box, came out last year. So today is Saturday the 24th of September. So this actually was delivered to my house yesterday. I say delivered, I got the dreaded red slip from the Royal Mail saying couldn't, because you weren't here, didn't bother trying on your neighbour's house. Anyway, so I went and picked it up this morning, and I've got a little bit of time while it's still daylight to do a little bit of an unboxing video for you. There's the content of everything that's inside. We're going to go through it and have a look at it now, so I'm not going to bother walking you through that. I've taken it out of the box just because I wanted to make sure it was what I thought it was. Not that I'm expecting a million different box sets of this size this year. In fact, I don't think I'm expecting any more. I know there's a number of reissues that have come out in the last week or so that I'm keen to get my hands on, but those of you that have watched my videos before will know that David Bowie takes absolute and complete precedent over those. Okay, so it's the same kind of idea as the 5 years, but oh, it's heavy. Same kind of idea as the 5 years box in that it's a big slip case, really thick, heavy cardboard. I'll leave that on there for now. I'll get rid of that later. Okay. So navy, kind of an almost like an ultramarine blue colour. Sorry about that. Phone fell over. So it's a kind of ultramarine blue colour, and there we go. There's all the records there. Now they're not individually cellophane wrapped, which I like. Actually, I think imagine trying to put them into this box. They're quite tightly packed, so that might have caused a bit of difficulty, shall we say. So let's go from the start. Let's go from the left to the right. I'm just going to go through. I'm going to pull out what albums they are, have a quick look at them, discuss them if I get a chance. So the first one out is Diamond Dogs. I've got a couple of copies of this already, but none of them are the Gatefold sleeves. There we go. So this is 1974, so it's right at the start of this box. There's a kind of cityscape, blurred cityscape in there. So this is loosely based on 1984 by George Orwell. There's actually a track called 1984 on there, and that's what he wanted to call the album, but he changed it. The picture of the dog on the outside, or Bowie dog, was actually banned because of this area here. I'll let you guess why. It's offensive colouring, that's what it is. So let's have a look. So with the 5 years box, there was 2 inner bags for each record. You got kind of the original, a mock-up of the original inner bag, in which case, which is that one, with a patent number and everything. And then you get an actual anti-stat bag. So let's have a quick look at the record. Same again as the wow, look at that. Same again as the 5 years box. You've got the RCA font, but it says Bowie rather than RCA. This has been released by Parlophone. So I don't think they can get the rights to put on an RCA label, which is fine, I don't mind that. So that's Diamond Dogs, and I'm really excited about that. I haven't got a first pressing of this one. I've got a German pressing of it, which is good, it's nice, but this is going to sound, hopefully, a gazillion times better. So that's going to be one that spins this evening. I'll put it away later. I'm really excited. Okay, the next one out of the box is David Live. This is an album that I don't actually own. So when was this recorded? It was recorded at the Tower, Philadelphia. Looking at the track listing, probably around the same kind of time, 74-ish, maybe late 74. Doesn't say. So we go to Gatefold. This is, you can get older copies of this. I haven't got one. It's just one that I've not seen, and I'm not going to pay through the years for it. I'll just take out one of the records and have a look at what that looks like. Again, the RCA kind of mock-up, and here's the original inner bags. So that's kind of a, there we go. And then the personnel. And the record itself, again, there we have the Bowie kind of RCA mock-up logo. Very cool. In the same kind of keeping as the 5 years box. Well, it's the same keeping as the 5 years box. Obviously the 5 years box had a Philips album in there and a Mercury album in there, so they had the Mercury and the Philips mock-ups. If you're interested in watching the 5 years one, I'll put a link in the description, or I might even try and put it on the screen, but if you go through my back catalogue of videos, you'll see it. Again, similar kind of thing, different picture. I won't get all the records out. So that's David live, very exciting. Again, it's one that I don't own, not even as a CD version. So I shall be listening to that at some point over the next, well, how long is it going to take me to listen to all this stuff? Okay, so the next one is exactly the same album again, David Live, so you can see that, David Live. But it's got a matte kind of cover, it's not as shiny and laminated as this one, and this is a 2003 remix, so they saw fit to make this longer, really. So it's over 3 records rather than 2, and so if I gatefold that out, oh look at these pictures, they're great, that looks absolutely great. Look at those, look, fantastic. I won't take out all the records again, but I will just have a look at the first one. I wonder if, because actually it's the same track listing as the other one. There's a couple of extra ones in there, so yeah, there's a couple of extra tracks in there which are kind of segues and things like that. So I wonder if that's why it's cross 3 discs. Also, it might be, I'm hoping it might be a 45 RPM, but no, it doesn't look like it is. So there we go, we've got the RCA mock-up logo again. And different inner bags, which is very cool. There's loads and loads and loads of pictures and prints. I mean, that sleeve. If you watched my preview video for this box set, I was a bit miffed actually that they put 2 copies of David Live in. First reflection, just looking at the packaging, the 2005? Yeah, 2005. The actual packaging, even if nothing else, it's superb. It really is. I mean, it's a weighty old bag of vinyl. This. That's 3 records there. It's a thick load of records. And actually, I love that triple fold. It's fantastic. Okay, what's next then? So we've got the unreleased album, the Gauster. So this was a lot of these sessions for Young Americans actually ended up came from this sessions for this. And this was never arranged. This is late 74. It's got a really textured sleeve, almost kind of like really thick set, almost like woven textured card. A bit like, if you've got the 5 Years box, it's a bit like the Man Who Sold the World one in that. So this one wasn't done on RCA, so it'll be interesting. Well, okay, yeah. So they've done the RCA mock-up logo again. I won't get the record out because it's a black record. So we've got a nice lyric sheet, really thick piece of paper there, and then we've got the track listing, got Luther Vandross on there for the backup vocals, John I'm Only Dancing again in brackets, Stand Up Like There's Me, It's Gonna Be Me, Who Can I Be Now, Can You Hear Me, Young Americans, and Right. And it was originally intended as an album, but it was never released, and then actually a lot of the sessions, or a lot of the ideas from the sessions, were taken forward by Bowie into the Young Americans session, which is the next one out. So that's probably going to be the first thing that I listen to this evening when I get the living room to myself. So next up we have the Young Americans. Again, textured sleeve. Same idea as the Gauster actually. I think I'm saying it right. Gauster? Gooster? I think it's Gauster. There's some crossover tracks. So where's track listing? Track listing. Okay. So Young Americans is one that appears on here. Win does not appear. Fascination doesn't appear. Right does, although this one's almost half a minute less time, so it's a different mix. It might be even a different recording. Somebody Up There Likes Me, which is the same as on there, but again the timing, there's only 2 seconds difference on that one. Across the Universe, which is obviously a Beatles song, and Can You Hear Me, yeah, that's there. But again, it's 20 seconds longer on the Gauster, so I wonder if that's an indication. And then Fame, obviously, it doesn't appear on there, but it does. That's the kind of the big hit single from here. So yeah, John Lennon's on here, on Fame, and obviously him and John Lennon were getting a bit chummy at that point, hence the reason that there's a Beatles song on there. Have a quick look at the inner stuff. So we've got they very much based the mock-up packaging of what the Gauster would look like on the Young Americans packaging. There we go. Same thing again. In that it's the same kind of card. It's the same. I mean, look at the colour system. Is on the back certainly very very similar. That kind of red, black, and grey scale, and then the kind of thick, heavy paper lyric sheet. Okay, let's carefully put that back in again. And that again is one that I'm really looking forward to listening to. Let's put these back in the right order. Not that I've got OCD, but I have. This is one I'm really excited about. So Station to Station. I've only got a CD copy of this. I haven't got a vinyl copy of it until now, obviously. One of my favourite Bowie albums, and I think really underrated as well. There we go. Same deal again. And a plain white bag, and then also the original handout, which is literally just a track listing. No, it's not track listing, sorry. It's excuse me, it's just a personnel kind of list. That picture, that still picture, is taken from a film that Bowie was in the 70s called A Man Who Fell to Earth. That is taken from that film. So that's one I'm really excited about listening to a little bit later. Let's see what it sounds like. In fact, that's probably going to be the first one I listen to later. It might be this one. So it's exactly the same album again, but in the same vein as they did with the 5 Years box, they've got a reissue of it, and they've remixed it. It's a 2010 mix, I think. Yeah, 2010 mix. I mean, this packaging is great. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's the same picture as the original one, but it's colour. But also, this lettering here is laminated, so it stands out a bit. They're taking a lot of care about that. That looks fantastic. And on the back as well, non-laminated sleeve, laminated lettering. That's class. That really is. Okay, let's have a look inside. So we've got the same kind of idea. This is in a bag, and in a bag. And again, no, that's not laminated. Okay, let's have a quick look at the record label. Okay, RCA mock-up font face again. I really like the fact that they've done that. They could have just stuck on a plain label, or just a generic one label for the whole box. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just think it's really nice that they didn't put just a generic kind of black label with Bowie written on it for all of the discs in all of the boxes, or a parlophone label. I think it was quite nice that they tried to stick to kind of as much of the original as they were legally allowed to do. Obviously, your albums have got Parlophone in the corner because Parlophone are issuing them. But other than that, I think they've done a good job. A couple more discs to go. The next one is live at the Nassau, am I saying that? Coliseum in 1976. It's right at the end of this. 2 discs. Here we go. It's a nice chunky gatefold picture of the band on stage. Very cool. Wish I was there. Wasn't even alive. I won't take both discs out. Okay, so these have got different labels on them. Obviously, I don't know if these were issued at the time. Maybe they were issued. Please let me know if you know. So there we go. So it's got a black label with the red kind of very square font face. Very much the same font as what we've got going on in the STS. And yeah, so the track listing on this one is quite interesting, because I think for the first time in all the live sets I've got, he's starting to move away quite a lot from the Ziggy stuff. I mean, even earlier than Ziggy stuff, there's not a lot of Man Who Sold the World stuff on here. Is there any, in fact? No, there isn't. Whereas on the David Live, you've got Width of a Circle, at least. Have you got any more on there? You've got Width of a Circle. Man Who Sold the World, no, it's not on there. Moon Age Daydream is Ziggy. Yeah, there's loads and loads and loads of stuff. Whereas actually, this one has only really got Struggling Life on Mars, 5 Years, Changes, and Diamond Dogs, Rebel Rebel, Gene Genie. But that's kind of the last 3 songs when you play What the Crowd Wants. So that's quite nice. And then the last one, so look. Oh, shiny, look at that. This is Recall 2, so we've got a matte back and a shiny front. Really nice picture on the front, one I've not seen before. And you can see this is kind of the rarities disc, so everything that you maybe have not heard before. I really enjoyed Recall 1 from the 5 Years box, so I'm going to really enjoy this. It's only a single disc, this one. We've got the RCA mock-up label again. So only 1 disc, but then this only spans 3 years, 74, 75, 76. So actually, that's understandable. and that makes a lot of sense. They've not tried to flip it out with too much stuff, although I'm still not sure about that second David live album. I'll listen to it and I'll be able to give an honest opinion. So yeah, that's lovely. And then the last thing is this hardback book. Look at that picture. Is that the same picture? Yes, it is. But doesn't that look just amazing? Oh, look at that look. So this book, if it's anything like the 5 years one, has got each kind of release that I've got in front of me. It's got kind of concept notes, recording notes. Nothing's going to touch you in these golden years. Nice. So we're looking, here we go, the Diamond Dogs kind of days. We've got concept art, musicians information, Visconti, the producer, there's the original artwork, original photo shoots and test pages, and that's, look at that, that's another possible cover. I mean, it's just great. And it goes through all of the different releases we've got. What have we got going on here? That's David Live. And then we've got Station to Station will be somewhere, Young Americans. And it's fantastic because it's actually an archive of information. And when listening to the albums, it's really good. I do it with 5 years. It's actually reading through the stuff that they've got in this book. And this is of the same quality. And I have to say, this has been made with a lot of care and a lot of thought and a lot of time put into it. It's not just a let's check everything out by David Bowie because all of his fans will buy it all because he's dead. There's a certain element of cynicism in that, but I don't really think that's the case. I think they're reissuing it because it needs reissuing, and a younger generation certainly need to hear this stuff. It's quite a price tag, 190 odd quid, but one that I happily paid, and I'm happy that I've paid, and now it's sat in front of me. If you saw my preview video, you'll know that I was a bit sceptical, but now it's sat in front of me. I can't wait to get it onto the deck and have a listen to all of these albums in due course. I hope you enjoyed my little kind of unboxing video. Please comment, like, share, whatever, if there's anything you'd like to add, and I'll bid you farewell. I'm going to go and listen to David Bowie for the rest of this evening, probably tomorrow evening, probably all week this week, and then I'll probably end up going back to the 5 years box, back to this one, through the entire back catalogue and go through a massive Bowie phase. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be posting more videos soon. Thank you. Bye bye.